tell you about, I spent my life in Cedar Rapids learning the history of the community and the history of basically whatever happened in any particular spot in downtown Cedar Rapids history. If you stood on this spot 70 years ago, you'd be in the middle of a canning factory right now. The people used to live across the street that remember the rats running out of the canning factory right here at this location. I talked to them. Before that, there was a wagon factory and an Iowa Steel and Iron Works foundry here later on. This is the third year that the History Center, where I work as a historian, tour guide, programmer. My job is to get people pumped up about local history. To find that personal connection that all of you have to local history, whether you've lived here for a year or all of your life, and find a way to make that connection to the community at large. We have a program called Linn, Done That, in reference to Linn County. This is the third year we partnered with BIG. It's also a collaboration with the city of Cedar Rapids. And what it is that you are literally helping us create another chapter of our virtual museum project. And I can actually pass this around. And we've already created 2 years worth of sites where you can tap into on your smartphone or your computer any of the sites we've worked on, and you can see an arrangement of photographs, information, and pictures of that particular spot in history, like Parlor City's corner down here in Newbold, or where the U.S. Cellular Center is in downtown Cedar Rapids. Did you ever wonder what was there before that? How did that evolve? Why is the U.S. Cellular Center where it is? Why isn't it down here in 12th Avenue? What was there before that? You'll find interesting information about things like the Grand Hotel and the Rialto Theater, and maybe your great-grandparents' business was located down there. So what we do, we limit it to about 8 students each year. It's a really exciting project, and it's very much in the vein. Can I pass this around? You guys can, some of you have your laptops, go ahead and punch up one of these bit links to that. And I want to pass this around too. This is one of the books I did with local photographer George Henry to give you kind of an idea. Open up to the page, I got marked. And there's an example of then and now, where we would choose sites. We do this with the project, with the big students, where we pick a site, we take a look at what it looks like today, and in this case I've chosen the Parlor City Pub and Eatery corner down there, and you get to see a picture in here of what it looked like when it was a bank. We did this on a tour yesterday with the big students, and you get a sense of why it really looks like the way it is, what was there, what's the history behind it, so you can kind of connect with our ancestors here in Cedar Rapids. We also have a picture of the Guarantee Bank building in downtown Cedar Rapids, and how it visually looked a lot different. So the students get involved in choosing a site. We've primarily been working on Cedar Rapids area history, and we've done historic sites that were that we considered in the downtown area, in the Bohemian area, Czech Village, Kingston Village, and areas near the downtown area. This year we're planning, for many of you with the not only the Cedar Rapids Community District, but especially college community, we're looking at choosing some historic sites in areas like Ely and Fairfax and some of the rural areas to get a little bit more. This is a way for everybody to have access to local history, and you get to create the history. You actually select the photographs, help us select the information, put the text together, and then everybody who has access to a smartphone or a computer can look up your information that you create for us. And we can adapt it as things change. Like if Parlor City suddenly turns into the roller skating rink or something like that, whatever happens, I don't know, we can change the information, we can adapt, change the photographs out. We found more historic photographs of a particular building or site. It's very, very engaging, very, very exciting. We've had opportunities where we take the students out to the sites. They meet us initially at the History Center Archives and Library, which is a vast resource of all the historic information you need to know about for the Cedar Rapids and Linn County area. You come and look through our photographs, look for our text and other kinds of information we have. You guys get to pick out the ones that you think are the most compelling images to tell the story, like we've done in some of these books and other kinds of projects, and you really get to live the history that happened on that particular site. So we think it's a very exciting project. It kind of helps you answer that question. Did you ever wonder why things are located where they are? Why did that building get there? What's going on with that particular location? We can tap this into your school sites, your neighborhoods, and so forth. And the idea is that we have actually encouraged a lot of the students. We've had some of them who have actually told us that they had parents or grandparents or great-grandparents that were involved in a particular location or family business here in Cedar Rapids. They want to know more about that site and what happened. And we get them to personally reconnect with their family's history right here in the community, or just something you've heard about. So if it sounds like something you might want to be involved with, we only have room for 8 students. It's been incredibly popular the last 2 years, and We're in the process of getting a permanent signage up on the buildings, and you will see these logos that say Iowa Big, City of Cedar Rapids, Linn there, done that. And it really is an amazing way to time travel in Cedar Rapids. You get to help us time travel through Cedar Rapids history. Be a part of it. It's really cool. So any questions about what we're doing and how it works? I want to be brief and I want to make sure we have time for everybody. Did everybody on the tour with me yesterday at all? Oh, you guys were. We liked it a little bit. It was very fast. But it's what I do on a regular basis. So everything from walking tours of New Bohemia. I took the Washington High School class in 1967 around Cedar Rapids 2 weeks ago. Did you know they had 720 kids in their class? For the baby boom generation. Imagine having a class of 720 in Cedar Rapids. And next month we'll be doing the Haunted Alley tours in October of downtown Cedar Rapids. We'll learn about what it's like to see Cedar Rapids from a haunted alley downtown Cedar Rapids.
How do you sign up for that?
Yeah. You know, the cool thing about our tours, and you'll probably see me around town. I'm usually in the media a lot. I'm usually on television, on live, on the radio, doing all these kinds of history information. We discovered beer caves under Interstate 380 2 years ago. We have, tell you where the hidden cemeteries were in different parts of Cedar Rapids and so forth. We get into these topics around Halloween. The History Center at historycenter.org. All you gotta do is check our website, call our phone number. Anybody wants to come on one of our tours. Now there is a cost, of course. You gotta pay $5 if you're a member of the History Center. We're a private, nonprofit museum. We're in an interim phase right now, but one of those things where show up if you think it's a nice night for a tour. We usually do them Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock. Last year we had 100 people come on our Haunted Alley tour. Really fun. And you gotta wear your worst shoes possible. Remember, you're walking in a downtown alley in October. And we encourage people to bring flashlights. We have a lot of fun with that. It's really, really great experience. The History Center is formerly known as the Linn County Historical Society. It was started by a group of volunteers nearly 50 years ago in 1969. And kind of on that spooky note, next year at this time, the History Center was for many years. If any of you, when you were younger, go to the History Center when you were younger. And we had a building on First Avenue that had all kinds of weird colors and shapes, pretty close, right across the street from Taco Bell right there. Well, about 2.5 years ago, we had a buyer for that building. We made a critical decision to move out of this modern-looking building, and next year we're going to be in the former Turner Funeral Home, the Turner Mortuary building, on 2nd Avenue, Main Street, on the other side of the Central Fire Station. And next year at time, we'll be opening up a brand new History Center museum. In the meantime, we're doing as many projects while our archives and libraries located near Polk College right now, where you'll be coming if you're a part of this program. I'm doing many tours and programs within the communities. We have free exhibits down at the public library. So we're doing all that while we're waiting to renovate this 120-year-old house that was the original home of the George Douglas family, the family that later called that big house Bruce Moore out there on First Avenue. So this is the other house of the two families that lived at Bruce Moore. And Grant Wood, you guys all know the guy holding the pitchfork in that famous painting, second most famous painting in the world after the Mona Lisa. Well, the carriage house of this house is where that painting was done, right here at Cedar Rapids. And that guy with the glasses and the bald head, that was a Cedar Rapids dentist. That guy used to walk around Cedar Rapids like that. And I still ran into some of his former patients a few years ago.
With a pitchfork? Where you walk around with?
Yeah, that's Doc Byron McKeeby. That was Grant Wood's
Did he walk around with the pitchfork?
He didn't walk around with a pitchfork, but he looks like a real grump when you look at him in the picture. But he died in 1950, and his former patients told me that the picture was part of the joke, because this guy had one of the best sense of humor of anybody in Cedar Rapids. He's a funny guy, and that's why Grant would made him look so sour. And when he was a dentist, his patients would come in and say, "Hey Grant, can you use that pitchfork on my teeth today or what?" So he didn't really like the notoriety, but it's a really amazing connective stories. These are the kinds of stories that make Cedar Rapids really cool. And we talked a little about that on our tour of the neighborhood last year. You get to be a part of this excitement of learning about we call it the onion layers of Cedar Rapids history. We peel away some of the layers and find out more of the stories you don't get in the history books and you don't learn in the classroom. You get kind of the inside scoop on what Cedar Rapids really is and what its people are really made of, including all of you. All of you are part of this history fabric right here. So it sounds exciting. Join us. Dennis Becker's been our fantastic contact for the last few years. We've had a really great experience with this. And any other questions other than signing up? I'd love to see you guys in some of the walking tours. Any other questions about how to get involved in this? You know it's available. That's all you need to know at this point. So let us know. Hopefully I'll get a chance to see some of you this year. Thank you.
All right.
All right.